Okay, well, hello and I welcome everyone to our Maxwell student partner, uh, WomenInTech Jamshoro's inauguration ceremony. We plan to do it in person, but due to this COVID pandemic restrictions and lockdown going on all over the country and all over the world, we are having this virtual session. We are having this virtual inauguration ceremony. First of all, I would warmly welcome Sir Aaron and Ma'am Tameen. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am, for joining us on this occasion on very such a short notice. And yeah, thank you so much for encouraging our people. Well,
It's my pleasure to
before,
be here.
thank you so much, Aaron. Before proceeding ahead, uh, uh, let me introduce myself. I am Mursal Furqan. I am lead Maxwell Student Chapter Society at Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro, Pakistan. And yeah, first of all, I would like to present what all activities we have been doing at our society and what impact we have been making in our community. Well, Maxwell Student Partner Jamshoro started as an independent organization under Microsoft Student Partner um, program at Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshoro, in January 2020. But at that time, due to some exams and other things, we did not have an official launch. So we had our first official meeting on 14th February 2020. After that, we went into a complete lockdown mode. But we already had our very first session uh, on 23rd of January 2020. But that session was for me. I was the only Maxwell student partner from Mehran University of Engineering Technology, Jamshoro at that time. I was selected in the January cycle. Uh, my workshop was titled as Python 101. Then during the pandemic session, we started a series of webinars starting from 5th of April 2020. Our first event was open source the new way, and then the series started and then it continued like a chain. We have had almost 15 events till now officially, and we have been in collaboration with different societies for different events as well. So if we have a calculation, so in total we have had almost 35 events from Maxwell Student Partner Jamshoro's chapter, and I think that is a huge number in Pakistan. I don't know about other countries or other chapters, but yeah, we have had a lot of events in Pakistan, and Mehran University ranks on top. If we talk about collaborations, so we are having collaborations with the different societies of for different aspects. We have collaboration with IEEE Computer Society, developer students, Google Developers Student Club. We're also having in collaboration with Trucker, Dev2, and JetBrains. We are in collaboration with them in a sense that Trucker provides us material for our workshops like slides or source people, and dev.po has have provided us some space on the website for official proceedings to be posted over there. JetBrains provides us 2 vouchers every month, like 2 lifetime vouchers to be given on any of our events. Then what we do, we have raffle sessions in our events, and then those whoever names come up in the raffle session, we give the coupons to them. We are also in collaboration with Tesseract Coding. Tesseract Coding, let me explain. Tesseract Coding is a global organization, global coding organization created completely by MSPs. This is completely created by Maxwell student partners from India, from Pakistan, from UAE, and from USA. From Pakistan, I'm the only one in this organization. From USA, we have Ricardo Prince. He is the only one from USA in this organization, and we have many people from India, including Furqan, Ganesh, and many people. We are also in collaboration with Software Engineering Society at Mehran UET Jamshoro, IEEE Student Branch, and Software Engineering Department itself. Well, coming over to the achievements of a society, that what we have, what was the vision behind creating this society? We have a complete team. We are the second society, Master Student Partner Society in Pakistan, to have a complete team, while others just have MSPs individually on their campus. But we created a complete society on a campus to facilitate everyone. We established a complete campus society. We've also established Microsoft Community Jamshoro. Before that, there was no single platform for people to have their like Microsoft queries answered. We also co-founded Developers Community Hyderabad. We founded Developers Community Hyderabad along with Google Developer Students Club. We both, Microsoft Student Partner Society Jamshoro and Developer Student Club Jamshoro, created this whole we are trying hard to create a dev environment so that our developers can come into limelight. And today we are initiating another part, that is Women in Tech. Women in Tech Jamshoro, I won't spoil the fun because Aqsa and Hiba have planned much. And yeah, we are having 07 MSPs, Master Student Partners at the moment on our campus. That is also the second most number of MSPs from a single campus throughout Pakistan. Well, having said that, once again, I would welcome Sir Aaron and today for a Women in Tech inauguration ceremony. Over to you, lead Aqsa. Aqsa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I welcome
Well,
you all
now you can
here
handle.
and thanks for joining. I welcome all the our speakers as well as the attendees here. So it was very nice introduction, Mursal, and you just went through over all the things. So now I'm just moving to the Sir Aaron, and he will briefly go to the next agenda, which is all about the over to you, sir.
Okay. First, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on the call and to get to share a little bit about the program with everyone, and also just maybe a little bit about myself and who I am. You'll have to forgive me if I sound a little bit tired. It's I think 12 hours, might be 13 hours earlier where I'm at. I'm on the west coast of the United States, so right now it is 6 a.m. But in any case, I hope everyone there is doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy. So my name is Aaron Blum, and I am the Community Program Manager for the EMEA region, which stands for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So that is my region in the Microsoft Student Partner Program, which of course is undergoing a change right now, which includes changing the name. So the new name is the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program, which I know is kind of a mouthful. It's a little bit more wordy than just Microsoft Student Partner or MSP, but hopefully everyone will be comfortable with the new name and get used to saying that. So I joined the program in January of 2020, so I've only been here about 7 months, and I've learned a tremendous amount during that time. Most of what I've learned, I would say actually I've learned from the students who are members of the program. So it's been a wonderful learning experience for me. And my role is to support the members of the program in my region So that includes, just answering any questions that I can, being a resource, if folks have questions about how to network or how to use any of the benefits that are afforded members of the program. Ultimately, yeah, just to be a resource for students who are in the program, to make sure that they are getting the very most out of the program that they can. My background is actually not in I would say, kind of a directly technical field, although I was certainly in a technical industry for my whole career prior to coming here. I worked in the video game industry for really since I finished school in customer service and contact center management. So I'm familiar with a lot of tech terms, but I'm not an expert, I would say, in a lot of the areas. So unfortunately, I'm not a great resource when it comes to providing information on actual technical topics, which is why I'm learning so much just from my time in the program here. So that's a little bit about me, and I'll talk a little bit about the program, the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. The change that's underway now, I mean, you'll notice from the name that we've gone from calling it Microsoft Student Partners to Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. And the reason is that we really want to call attention to Microsoft Learn as the hub for self-learning, self-paced learning, and really make that the focal point of the program. The program is open to all students you have to be a full-time student, but it is geared towards those who are majoring in disciplines that are related to technology. So, we see that most of our participants in the program are in either computer science or computer engineering type of disciplines in their school. Aside from the curriculum that students are taking in their schools, the program is aimed towards students who have a passion for learning and for expanding what they have or are able to learn through the universities, and also for sharing what they have learned with others. It provides access to a worldwide network of peers as well as professionals, and also learning materials through the MS Learn service. So for me, really what I see as the greatest benefit of the program is the ability to interact with and collaborate with other members of the program in schools all around the globe. So these are people who, previously students would not have been able to, to share learnings with or to interact with, but now, I guess, with the only limiting factor being time difference, sometimes it's a little tricky, setting up calls and things like that with people on the other side of the world. But aside from that, there's really no barrier to sharing knowledge, sharing experience, and growing as a global community. I would say the other kind of focus that the program aims at is reaching students who want to use their learnings to make a difference in their local communities, as well as the greater global community. And I think this event is this Women in Tech program is a perfect example of that. The program, certainly, there will be some members of the program who are less active and who, maybe join the program and use some of the coursework available in MS Learn, but don't really do much else. But our hope is that, the majority of people who are in the Student Ambassador program will use it as a foundation or as a platform to really, make their communities a better place, and try and make technology accessible to more people in their areas. So aside from great events and programs like this, the Women in Tech. I am, also working with students who are getting involved in elementary school programs, working with younger children and introducing them to technology that maybe they would not have had access to in their elementary schools. And also some groups working, with local government to use technology to address problem areas in their immediate communities. So getting to be a part of something that I think is having a really positive impact, on the world is something that's really special to me and that I am passionate about. So, I hope those in the program and those who are thinking about applying to the program, I hope that it's a passion that that they share, because I think it's something pretty unique and pretty special that we have the chance to be a part of. Aside from what I talked about, in terms of the program, some of the benefits that Microsoft Learn student ambassadors get for being in the program include, and these are kind of unlocked at different milestones in the program, which are reached by completing learning paths on MS Learn, hosting events, but the benefits that are granted to members of the program include Office 365 with access to the MSP, I say, but the MS Learn student ambassador teams, TechSmith Snagit, TechSmith Camtasia, and then also a new benefit that we've recently rolled out is a 100% paid for exam certification voucher for a Microsoft certification exam. And then the next milestone, which is currently called Alpha 2, although I think there are going to be some changes to the names of these milestones, Visual Studio is unlocked as a benefit, as well as Azure credits. And then after hosting their first event, a student ambassador becomes beta milestone, at which point unlocked is something we call event support, which means benefits that helps them host further events and make further events that they might hold even more effective. So those vary a little bit from country to country in terms of what's available, but one of the ones that we are hoping to be able to begin using again in the near future, when we can have in-person events, is the Subway catering, which allows for, I believe, up to 100 meals, box lunches to be provided for events. And I know that having a lunch, can help to bring in more people to an event if there's food available. So, that's a benefit that we're happy to be able to offer. And really the top tier, or the top milestone in the program is called Gold. Now this is a milestone that isn't reached specifically by doing one thing like hosting an event. It's more, it's granted to the student ambassadors who really demonstrate a commitment to making the program better, to making their communities better. And it's something that's done as a review process by our global program lead, whose name is Pablo. And those who are selected to be gold student ambassadors receive a different kind of tier, a different level of mentoring. They can get one-on-one mentoring with Pablo, and also just increased assistance from us in terms of what they do to try and make their community, make their school a better place. In terms of applications for the Student Ambassador Program, it's open year-round, so people can apply whenever they would like. And we do reviews of the applications and subsequent selections on a quarterly basis. Now, currently we are running a little bit behind because of the changes that are underway to the program. So normally we would have already reviewed applications up to July 1st, and be in the process of making the final decisions, and then notifying people. But because of the changes that are underway, applications are still actually being reviewed, which is something that is a big part of my responsibility. So anyone who has an interest in applying, you can actually still do so and have your application counted towards this incoming class. Or you may hear the term cohort used. That's kind of the term that we use for each new class of student ambassadors. So I hope that has been a helpful kind of explanation about the program, overview of the program. I'm not sure what the format for asking questions, on this call will be, in terms of whether you want to save them for the end or put them in the chat window. But if you do have any questions about the program or about me and my background, please feel free to ask. And I think that's it for me.
Sir, it was really nice from starting to ending. You just went well. So thank you so much for your contribution, and we really appreciate it. And so we are here as a volunteer. If anyone asks anything or wants any guidance regarding that, we are here to provide them as well. Thank you so much. So
Okay,
for
thanks.
thank you. So our next guest speaker is Ma'am Tahmeen Shah Syed. So ma'am, can you hear us?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Can you hear me? Thanks so much. Thank you, Aqsa, for
And
all the intro, and thank you for having me on this platform. I would like to, since I'm grateful that the whole program has been very well explained already by Aaron. What I'd like to focus on now is the role of women in technology, what inspired me, what I would want people to be inspired with. We have women here, majority of them listening to this conversation. I would like to begin with the mere fact that it's not necessary that you have a certain qualification in IT to start off in IT, to start off in STEM. It's not necessary. You can start off. What I'm trying to say here is that you can start off at any point in time, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your gender for that matter. I mean, if I talk about myself, my basic education was in advertising and marketing. I did my MBA, and then I went for further specialization in advertising. So at that point in time, nowhere IT was nowhere near. This was one field that I was not interested in. The campaigns, the brochures, going out, delivering, the marketing material via corporate sector. That is what fascinated me, and that is what I worked in initially. I worked for a certain number of one or two companies for the education sector also, and then suddenly, I realized one fine day how things were evolving and how important it was for me to be tech savvy. And that is like, I had already graduated. It had been like 3 years after I'd left college. In fact, I got married. I had my son, and my son was 3 when this, kind of landed on top of my head that this is what I want to do. I need to be tech savvy. And that is how I began. I ended up, I started off with ITIL certifications, and then I moved on with V2, V3, so on and so forth, more and more. And then obviously, I gained interest in the field, and then I applied for one position. I ended up with, Mobilink and Telenor, and then, eventually with Microsoft. So what I'm trying to say here is that this is the world that we are living in. This world is no longer going to need people eventually only for the basics or only for the admin jobs. This world, no matter what you're doing, whether you're a doctor or you're a scientist or even if you're a mother, at the end of the day, you have the apps in your hands, you have the phones in your hands, and you need to be tech savvy one way or the other at one basic level or the advanced level to manage what is going on with the world. You know, if I look today, my 13-year-old as well as my 8-year-old, they are both taking classes online every day, and they know how to use Teams or the other applications that they are using to upload their assignments and download and then study and then loading them back on for the teacher to manage. ये सब कुछ करना उनको आता है even at this age. We were not that kind of tech savvy. So, they are not professionals. They are not in the market as yet, but they know how to manage Office. They know how to use PowerPoint. They know how to use Excel. They know how to use Word at a basic level, yes, because they are kids. But at the end of the day, these are the things that we as students in the university or we as professionals are expected to know of. इसी चीज़ को जहन में रखते हुए होता क्या है कि हम बहुत कुछ सीख भी लेते हैं, प्रॉब्ली हम पढ़ भी लेते हैं, बट इवेंचुअली उसको प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर पाते हैं बिकॉज द प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड इज़ वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट. दिस इज़ व्हाट आई रियलाइज्ड व्हेन आई जॉइन द कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर कि जो मैंने पढ़ा वो तो पढ़ा और वो किताब में पढ़ा और ऐसे ही था, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जब एप्लीकेशन की बात आई तो मुझे आज भी याद है कि मैं एक बेसिक सा कोर्स फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द, आई डू नॉट वांट टू नेम द कोचिंग सेंटर, तब हमारे पास ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट सर्टिफिकेशंस का उस तरह से एक्सेस नहीं था. For that matter, at that point in time, we did not even have genuine certifications and genuine software, running in our country. सब कुछ pirated चल रहा था, even at university levels and schools, और लोग CDs लेते थे, उसी से सीखते थे. So हमें जिसने सिखाया Excel, उसने कोर्स भी करा दिया, and at that point in time, decades back, we paid like 10-15,000 for a certification. और जब मैं वहाँ से निकली, एक मॉस कहने को मॉस थी वो, it was not an official thing. सो वो सर्टिफाई करके बड़ी प्राउडली निकली और एक अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस जैसी जगह पे गई या किसी और कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में गई, तो वहाँ पे आई कुड नॉट वर्क ऑन एक्सेल. आई वाज कंप्लीट ज़ीरो बिकॉज जो मैंने पढ़ा था उन 2-4 दिनों में वो वही उस बंदे की जो नॉलेज थी जिसने वो क्लासेस दी, एंड दैट्स अबाउट इट. एंड देयर वाज नो वैलिडेशन कि मुझे वो आता भी है कि नहीं. एंड ऑब्वियसली माय बॉस एट दैट टाइम वाज फ्लस्टर्ड कि अच्छा खातून आपने तो कहा था आप ये भी कर सकती हैं और आप ये भी कर सकती हैं और अब आप यहाँ पे बैठी हैं एंड वी नीड टू गेट द इनवॉइसेस डन एंड वी नीड टू गेट द स्प्रेडशीट डन, तो ये तो आपको काम आता ही नहीं है. मे बी यू लाइड जस्ट टू गेट इनटू द जॉब, और हमारे पास उस वक्त कंप्यूटर्स तो नहीं थे कि हम आपका इंटरव्यू लेते और चेक करते कि आपको ये सब कुछ आता है कि नहीं. सो नाउ इन दिस वर्ल्ड ऑफ टुडे ऑल दिस has been literally polished. सब कुछ ठीक हो गया. You have access to information. Higher Education Commission is one of the prime organizations जिन्होंने Microsoft को procure किया है. We have an ETA with them, Educational Transformation Agreement कहलाता है. It's a contract for the last decade or so. और उसमें students के लिए there are so many things that you can get benefit from. For example, you want to learn Microsoft Office, you have the courses available. These courses are free of cost. आप इसके self study modules हैं, you can download them. You have videos, you have text, you have PDFs. You can study in your own free time. आपको 1 माह लगता है वो सीखते हुए, आपको 10 माह लगते हैं वो सीख. टेक योर टाइम डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर स्केड्यूल ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कोर्स. नॉट ओनली कैन यू लर्न फ्रॉम दोस ट्यूटोरियल्स, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप अब तो अपना एग्जाम भी स्केड्यूल कर सकते हैं. कोविड हैज टॉट अस अ लॉट. इट हैज ब्रिज्ड द होल वर्ल्ड टुगेदर. पहले क्या था कि 3 साल HEC ने ये सर्टिफिकेशन जो थी वो अवेलेबल की थी डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, प्राइमरली द पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ अंडर द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स लैपटॉप स्कीम, एंड यू यूज्ड टू गो आउट एंड योर लैब्स वर रिपोर्ट सेंटर्स. स्टूडेंट्स वुड सिट इन देयर यूनिवर्सिटी लैब्स एंड टेक द एग्जाम. देयर यूज्ड टू बी अ proctor who would do everything. Now Microsoft has come up with an amazing platform with Certiport, where all you need to do is you need to study. You need to be prepared. Once you decide कि अच्छा, full तैयारी है and we are all set and ready, all that you need to do is to follow a certain step by step guide जो कि available होगी. उस guide को आप follow करेंगे, अपना एक exam जो है time date choose करेंगे. आपने MTA करना है. Now MTA, Microsoft Technology Associate certifications from the platform of HEC are also available. Other than MOS was the basic one. MTA is a little advanced. उसमें fundamental exams भी आ गए हैं. Cloud fundamentals है, Dynamics का है. So great modules in there for all those people who are looking for technical certifications a bit. So आप जिस वक्त समझते हैं कि you are well prepared, you just click on the schedule. आपको वो step by step guide है कि इस तरह से जाना है. आपने HEC का portal है, उस portal पे आप log in करेंगे, अपनी एग्जाम डेट, अपना एग्जाम टाइम चूज करेंगे, एंड देन just wait for that date and time to come, and then you can click a link and start taking the exam. It's a 45 minutes का exam which basically हम उसको एक 1 hour का slot देते हैं. So वो slots available होंगे. अच्छा, as far as availability of this is concerned, this will be available within the next few days, and HEC will frankly announce it on its website and make sure that the word reaches everybody कि ये अब हम लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं. इनिशियली लास्ट ईयर उन्होंने सोचा था इसको लॉन्च करने का, बट वो नहीं किया बिकॉज उसमें फिर वो टेस्टिंग सेंटर्स एंड ऑल वाला सिनेरियो था, एंड देन कोविड पीरियड केम इन. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी फैसिनेटिंग एस्पेक्ट वेयर you are free to choose your time, you're free to study at your time, and then you do not even need to commute and go to a certain place to take the exam. इससे अच्छी चीज तो कोई हो नहीं सकती. So coming back to the perspective of women, और क्या चाहिए? I mean, women have, at the end of the day, limitations in terms of travel, in terms of moving out. I honestly feel कि at my time when I was probably at your age, ये वो वक्त था जब हमें ज़रूरत थी कि there should be a mentor in life, somebody who gives you the right course of action, who guides you through, tells you what to do. और फिर उन लोगों की ज़िंदगी बनती है जिनकी ज़िंदगी में कोई एक ऐसा गाइड आता है. It can be your parent, it can be your teacher, so on and so forth. But अब तो इसकी भी requirement मैं कहती हूँ ख़त्म हो गई है. We are so well aware of things, going around us. We are so well aware of the opportunities that are out there. Everything is online. I mean, you're taking your classes online, you're preparing online, you're interacting across continents online. He was just telling you, Aaron was just telling you that he's in a different part of the world where it's 6 a.m. in the morning, and we are all sitting here using a Teams app, which is also a Microsoft app, giving you the ability for interaction on video, on call. ये सब चीजें बहुत आसान हो गई हैं. अब आपको किसी थर्ड पर्सन की हेल्प, सपोर्ट, इंटरेक्शन की भी ज़रूरत फ्रैंकली नहीं रही टू गेट थिंग्स डन. सो women no longer, I feel at this point in time, have this excuse now even कि ये इंटरेक्शन जो है अब हमें कुछ सीखने के लिए, कुछ पढ़ने के लिए, कुछ करने के लिए we need to have resources. Now उस तरह से आपको physical resources नहीं चाहिए to get things done. Women in Tech, it's a great platform. People will come together, women will come together, discuss their issues, concerns, limitations. Each of you can help each other. Nothing like it. And I'm so proud of all the student partners of Microsoft sitting here today, all those people who have contributed to make this platform happen and shape up the way it has now. Really proud to be here. And at any point in time, I'm available. My email is with all the fine people who coordinated this call. If you ever want to get connected for anything, any resource, anything that you would need to know from the platform of HEC and Microsoft, you're more than welcome. I guess that's about it from my end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. One thing I want to say here, this is just start, and in future we are going to organize many events like this, and we are also going to we want some mentors like you, so that they can guide girls for for our connect with girls. So it would be very pleasure of us if you join us in this community.
Sure.
So it was
Sure.
it was very nice of you coming here and talking and telling them everything, and we really appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so our next guest speaker is Ma'am Saleha, and I hope she is with us. So we are moving forward to you, ma'am. Can you hear us? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear? So you can go ahead. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. Hello everyone. I'm Soleha and I am a Microsoft student partner from Karachi. And I'm also the founder of MSP Women in Tech Karachi chapter. It was one of the first few chapters that we set up in Pakistan. The first chapter was founded in Lahore. और उसका सीन ये था कि when the opening ceremony of Lahore took place, I got to see a message on the group जो हमारा ग्रुप होता है सारे एम एस पीज़ का ऑल ओवर पाकिस्तान का जो ग्रुप होता है ना सो that there's a community which seeks to empower women in Lahore under the umbrella of MSP, and I was very like I really liked that idea, and I was at that time I was also looking forward to do something in my own community, and especially I was generally very interested in this cause of women in tech. So, and why is that so? It's because of my background. So, what happened was that currently I'm studying computer science from Habib University, Karachi. And I joined Habib in the field of computer science 2 years ago. And before that, I had no idea what I'm gonna do with my life. तो आप सीन ये हुआ था कि I completed my intermediate in the field of pre-medical. So I studied pre-medical. That means that I studied biochemistry and physics. Up till my intermediate, I had no idea about maths, about coding. And I still remember one incident that happened when I was in sixth grade. So when I was in sixth grade, one of our professors, computer science के वो professor थे. So one of our computer science professors, he asked के who's gonna be a programmer in future. And I was in a girls' school, I was in an all girls school, all of us were girls in our class, and no single girl raised her hand. No one from my class, no girl from my class was interested in pursuing computer science as her career. And it was kind of surprising because at that time I also didn't raise my hand and I had no idea that I'll be doing the same thing a few years later on. So it's kind of exciting. फिर ये हुआ था कि I completed my intermediate from pre-medical, but after I completed my inter, I had no idea what I have to do in future. I didn't want to go forward with medical anymore, and I had no idea what other options did I have. So I decided to take a gap year. So I took a gap of 1 year after my intermediate, and I decided to pursue and experience different fields and see what interested me the most. So I tried studying accounting, I tried studying business, and a lot of other things. I tried to explore different fields. So at that time, I was doing a part time job at an e commerce website, and my role was to write blogs about any of the latest tech product in the market, and my job was to manage the backend of the website, e-commerce website that they used to sell products online. So my job was to upload those products. And it was the first exposure that I had towards the field of technology. And I absolutely loved it. I really liked what how computer science really works and how powerful it is in the current era that we are living in. So उस वक्त I decided that yeah, I need to pursue computer science as my career. But there was one problem. The problem was that I completed my inter in the field of pre-medical, so I was not eligible for a computer science program in any university. And in order to be eligible to get admission in a CS program, I had to take additional mathematics exam. So I did that. I took additional mathematics exam. I studied calculus and other things on my own. I self-studied them through YouTube and etc. And then I took additional mathematics exam. And then after my gap year ended, I applied at Habib and I got into a CS program with a 100% scholarship. So what this experience taught me, I realized that
before getting exposure in the field of technology, I used to think that I am bad at mathematics, I am bad at coding, even when I didn't even do that at the very first place. मतलब मैंने कभी coding की ही नहीं थी. I never did coding. I never really engaged with high level mathematics concepts. And yet I used to think that I'm not good at coding and I'm not good at mathematics because that's what everybody else used to say around me. Everybody else used to say that girls cannot code, girls aren't good at mathematics. So, and that was a stereotype that used to exist around me, and that made me believe that I cannot be good at coding, I cannot be good at mathematics. So I realized that just like me, there are hundreds of girls out there who might end up loving coding, who might end up loving the field of technology, but they are also a victim of a stereotype that girls can code, girls can't do mathematics, just like I was. So that made me really, really, really passionate about promoting women in the field of technology because I myself experienced something along the same lines. So that was my story, and as soon as I joined Habib, I shared my story, and I became one of the executive members of Women in Science and Engineering Club that exists at Habib University. So I became their executive member right in my first semester, and from now on I do something some in one way or another I try to promote women in the field of technology. So right now I'm helping one of my cousins. She's in 8th grade right now. I help her through an app development course that is available for free. And so yeah, so that was my story. And because of that story, I got very interested when I saw that a women in tech community exists in Lahore. And as soon as I saw that message on my WhatsApp, I immediately messaged the president of that community. And I was like, okay, you guys are doing a great job. You guys have inaugurated this women in tech community in Lahore. I want to do the same thing in Karachi as well. So we talked and we had a meeting, a few meetings, and then I finally decided to go along with this idea of developing a women in tech community here in Karachi as well. So then I recruited quite a few people as core team leads, and so currently I have 25 people under me. And we did our first event on 19th of August. Oh, sorry, 19th of June. That is like almost a month ago. So what happened was that when I started off with this community here in Karachi, I had two goals in my mind. One of the goals was that जो भी हम event करवाएंगे, whatever event that we're gonna host, we will make sure that we have a 50-50 gender ratio on in all of the events. And the second goal that I had in mind was, there are a lot of women who are doing great, like they are doing great in their tech careers. They have pursued technology as their careers, and now they're in big companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. But they're not given enough recognition here in our region. So my second goal was to give recognition to those women who are already doing great in their careers and connect them with the student community here as mentors so that they can also reach to great heights in their careers just like these women did. So these were my two goals. Now, when I started, when our team started with our first event, so there's this one person. Her name is Miss Farah Khurram. She is a software development engineer at Microsoft, and she's from Pakistan. So if you guys have heard the name of FAST University, so she graduated from FAST, and now she's a software development engineer at Microsoft. So we had quite a good connection with each other. So I invited her to be our first speaker, and she agreed. And then we started off with our first event. Now we started to get registrations, we started marketing, we developed our Facebook page, etc., etc., etc. Now I want to show you guys something. Is there any way I can share my screen right here?
Yeah, you can
Yes,
go ahead.
Swara.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
share your screen.
Actually, the option of sharing the screen is not appearing.
You're
Uh,
using
it
from
says that
cell
only
phone or
meeting organizers or organizers and presenters can share.
Just a minute, let me grant you those rights. Yeah, now you can present the screen.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So now I'll share my screen and I want to show you guys something. Mm, let me know if my screen is visible to you guys.
yes, it's
It is visible. Okay. So this is a WhatsApp screenshot that I sent to my team, and it's 3 days before the event. So our event was on 19th of June, and the message that I'm showing you guys here, this is the screenshot from 16th of June, 3 days before the event. And I'm saying, hi guys, something really, really bad happened. What happened was that we started to get a lot of male registrations, and the gender ratio became 55 on 45. So 55% of them were males and 45% of them were females. And it was just at 20 responses. We just got 20 registrations, and at that moment, even at that moment, we didn't have 50-50 gender ratio. And if the responses were to increase, then the ratio would get even worse. And there came a time that we were almost at 30 responses, and 60% of them were males and 40% of them were females. And this was against one of our goals, one of our aims of this community. We had to make sure that we had 50-50 gender ratio in our events. So I was like, please text your female friends, target female Facebook groups. Like my team then started to market our events in all female Facebook groups, and they personally texted and contacted their female peers and asked them to join, etc., etc. So we just had 3 days. Now I'm showing you another screenshot, and this is a screenshot 2 days later. So, and I'm saying we finally hit our goal, guys. Super proud of you. And as you can see, the male to female ratio is 48 to 51. That means 51% of them were females and 48% of them were males. So we were finally able to get a 50-50 gender ratio in terms of registrations. And as far as I remember, as we got like almost like 200 responses, 200 registrations, and just a day before our event, a few hours before the event, when I checked, the ratio got even better. There were even more female registrations that we had. So this is what I aimed with my community, and this is the same that I want to happen in Jamshoro as well. I remember I interviewed both Aqsa and Hiba for this position as a lead for Women in Tech community here in Jamshoro, and I couldn't decide who to select. And both of them had great profile. Both of them were very passionate about this cause, and so me and the other person who took the interview of Aksa and Hiba, we both decided to give this opportunity to both of them and make them co-leads of this Jamshoro community. And it's so far so good. I'm really really glad at what they are achieving so far. And this session is amazing. This opening session is amazing. I have been here since almost the beginning, and I really liked how you guys have all managed to put it all together. So this was my story. This was my uh, story in general and of my community, and I look forward to and I wish all of you guys best of luck for your Jamshoro community. Please, please, please support each other. Please support women. We need more women in the field of technology. And before I end my part, I would want to tell you guys that why is it important at the very first place? Why are we doing so hard to promote women in the field of technology? There are a lot of reasons for that, and one of the main reasons is that we need to have diversity in the field of technology. We all know how powerful technology is in shaping the world that we are living in. And if this powerful field of technology is dominated by men, then all of the tech products that we're gonna get, all of the technological advancements that are going to happen in future, they will also be male oriented because of the lack of diversity in the field of technology. So if you just go and search it up on Google, you will see a lot of programs that promote not only women but other underrepresented minorities in the field of technology, because we need representation from all sorts of communities in making this world a better place to live. And if you just go back and see the history, you will realize that a lot of research in terms of technology, in terms of medicine, in every field you go, you will realize that a lot of research that our scientists have done, a lot of those researches were male oriented. So let me just give you a very basic example. I hope you guys know about this disease named autism, right? So autism is a disease, and it is most of the people who have autism, they get that as soon as they're born. It is a genetic disease, and both male and females show different symptoms of autism. However, when the research on autism was done, the research was only done on men. So, whatever research material, whatever studies we have on autism, most of them are male dominated. So, we only know the signs that men show in autism, and we have no idea what signs do females show in autism. Hence it takes so long for women to get diagnosed with autism. And this is just one basic example. There are hundreds of examples available, which shows that lack of diversity can cause great problems in terms of research, in terms of technological advancements, and therefore we need more women. And apart from that, we know that a lot of women here in Pakistan are so talented, but they are held back by the stereotypes that surround around women, the challenges that we women have to face. So that is the reason why we should, and all of us should, look forward to promote women in the field of technology. We should, all of you, I would want to I would want to request you guys to take any girl from your community. It can be your neighbor, it can be your cousin, it can be your maid's daughter or whatever. Just take the responsibility of one girl in your community and teach her coding, teach her, give her exposure to the field of technology. And if she is able to find a way, and if she is able to find a career in this field, then she'll forever be thankful to you. So this is my request to all of you, that don't keep the skills that you have to yourself, and just spread it all along in your community and as much as you can. And I think that this Microsoft Learn student program is one of the ways in which you can do that, in which you can make an impact, in which you can bring about a positive change in your community. So that's one great way of going about things. And I again wish you all the best of luck for your community, and I hope that you all get to achieve greater heights with that community. So thank you so much, everyone. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be sending my personal email and my LinkedIn in the chat. So if you guys want to contact me, you can always send me a connection request on LinkedIn or send me an email. So thank you, everyone. If you guys have any questions, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Saleha. It was really nice listening about your journey. So, one thing I want to say here or share with everyone who is listening, at the start, when we started a community, we were just two, like me and Hiba, and we didn't know what we have to do, how we have to make the team, and what steps should be followed to make a community. So from two people, like from Hiba and I, we were just confused, and like this was the first thing happening in Jamshoro for the girls of Jamshoro. So in starting, we didn't have any team or any people to talk about. Then we had Salia, and we have a team, Mursal and Saad. We had those people who are a partner of who are student of Microsoft student partner. So it's just now like we have 15 people in our team now. The people people who are developers, the girls who are developers, developing and graphic designer and content writer. So we are just looking forward for our community to be so big, and I'm also very thankful to all our speakers. Of course, this was very start of this uh, this community, like Microsoft Student Partner Women in Tech in Jamshoro. We are also going to bring more speakers, mentors to this platform. We are also so thankful to Microsoft for providing us such platform, and this is this initiative is going to help many girls in our community. Thank you everyone for joining us. It was really nice listening and talking about our community. So if anybody having any question regarding this community or regarding this program, they can type, and we are here, we are open to questions.